would not be a Quadrilla Marble League without the staple Quadrilla Race. Welcome everyone to event 4 of the Team Quadrilla Marble League in Season 3, coming off an event that kind of established some frontrunners in the beginning part of this season, with the Green Lotus getting back-to-back golds, Valley Dashers getting back-to-back silvers. As you take a look at the course, relatively unchanged besides the placement of some of the accelerators, that's the small red track pieces that keep the marbles on track and make them go fast in that particular section. So we'll have to see how that shakeup affects the racing. The Green Lotus sitting pretty up top with a 16-point lead to the Valley Dashers in second, then it's the Red Lotus in third, Bubble Squad dropping to fourth, Icicles rounding out the top 5. But the first heat in the Quadrilla Race is going to feature Cactus, Daisy, Slippery, and Supernova from the Green Lotus, Yellow Lotus, Slime Balls, and the Celestials. So it's seeded with the 1st, 8th, 9th, and 16th place teams in the championship in the first heat. In the top funnel, it is Daisy and Slippery from the Yellow Lotus and the Slime Balls, and those two are going to come out in first. Daisy trying to stretch the gap, Celestials trying to make the place, and they do. Contact with the Slime Balls, and Celestials and the Green Lotus up there, and the Celestials get by for second place. Green Lotus also shoves the Slime Balls aside, and Slippery is not going to finish the course. That contact there between the Yellow Lotus and the Slime Balls, Yellow Lotus came out on top there, and they coast to a victory. Slime Balls not able to finish, Celestials capitalizing, and they will get a top half finish, something they sorely need. 15.31 second time. Green Lotus tried to get by, but they were on the same lane as Celestials and couldn't, so they will be out in the heat. It won't be a third time in a row for them. Now Valley Dashers, Hazelnuts, Poison Ivy, and the Efficient Eggs in the second heat. The Valley Dashers scored one of the best marbles in this event that we saw from the qualifiers. They might be one to watch out for, but it's the Efficient Eggs that's the one to watch out for in the bottom funnel that have the lead. And it's the Hazelnuts in second place, but Valley Dashers in third. Valley Dashers stumble, and the Poison Ivy get by for second place. Hazelnuts fell off the course, so the Hazelnuts are going to be DNFing. Valley Dashers had second place handed to them, and they lose it there by stumbling, and Poison Ivy going from fourth to second in the second part of that course. The Efficient Eggs, unchallenged in first, they are moving on, so as Venom, 2 captains in the heat. On the third heat, Hibiscus, Orca, Seabed, and Honeydew from the Red Lotus, Team Atlantic, Deep Divers, and the Majestic Melons. We have a record holder in this heat with Orca. We have Majestic Melons, who has won the Quadrilla Race before, but it's the Deep Divers in the bottom funnel that have a huge lead, stretching it, but they've fallen off the course. It is the Majestic Melons now in the lead. Team Atlantic also fall off, so these two should coast to a victory, and they do. So Majestic Melons and Red Lotus keeping themselves on the course, while Deep Divers fell off, and here's where the Team Atlantic fell off. That's not good for the host, who's won this event in the friendly round with Orca. And as I said before, had the record, they fell off pretty early here. Same can be said for the Deep Divers falling off even earlier. That is not a good position from their captain. As Majestic Melons and Red Lotus moving on now. Bubble Squad, Icicles, Shadow Riders, and the Aquamarines in the final heat. With Tinsel, Stalagmite, Silhouette, and Lapis with 2 reserves. And this one has a terrible start from the Aquamarines, stalling even before the funnel is Icicles and Bobble Squad from the bottom and top funnels, trying to get advancement. Those two are pretty far ahead, but Icicles fall off, and the Shadow Riders nearly get by. The Shadow Riders do not pass the Aquamarines. Despite that poor start, Aquamarines do move on thanks to the Icicles falling off. The Shadow Riders unable to get by. Bobble Squad comfortably gets the win. The Aquamarines in second place. Shadow Riders and Icicles disappointed. Icicles had a consistent start to the Team Quadrilla Marble League, but they'll get 14th here. Deep Divers dead last. Green Lotus, the championship leaders, in 9th. So Valley Dashers, though, also out, so they are not going to be overtaking them here. So you take a look at semi-final A. Yellow Lotus, Poison Ivy, Majestic Melons, and the Aquamarines. Majestic Melons, as I said, have won a Quadrilla Race before. The other winner, Olive Orbs, did not qualify, so Majestic Melons, stretching it right now in the top funnel, have the lead. They are one of the favorites here. Poison Ivy, stuck on the course. Yellow Lotus, well out in front, ahead of the Aquamarines, and they will easily move on along with the Majestic Melons. So Majestic Melons and the Yellow Lotus. Daisy, by the way, from the Yellow Lotus, I mentioned the Majestic Melons has won a Quadrilla Race before. Daisy, in the same season, in Season 1, won the Quadrilla Race in the B Division. So take a look at where Venom just got stuck. They just stalled on the track. Must have had a bad exit from that block, as they are going to get a DNF. Lapis from the Aquamarines does not manage to get a good time. They are also not moving on. Now in semi-final B, Celestials, Efficient Eggs, Red Lotus, and the Bauble Squad with Supernova, Scramble, Hibiscus, and Tinsel had podiums from the Efficient Eggs in the Quadrilla Race, also in Quadrilla event from Tinsel. Is Hibiscus in the lead with Supernova in second. Hibiscus has a huge lead, and this is going to be a great time for them if they can finish. Yes, they do. Efficient Eggs trying to challenge, but it's not going to happen. Supernova from the Celestials will get second place. Take a look. Red Lotus unchallenged. Celestials feeling pressure from the Efficient Eggs and the Bauble Squad. They handled it very well, and they are on their way to the final. This is a team that is last place right now in the championship. Red Lotus comfortably moving to the final. Efficient Eggs and the Bauble Squad, they both beat the Aquamarines time, so they slot into 5th and 6th. Aquamarines in 7th, and Poison Ivy, not finishing, gets 8th. But now we are on our way to the final. Majestic Melons, Celestials, Yellow Lotus, and Red Lotus. Honeydew, Supernova, Daisy, and Hibiscus, with 2 Lotus teams here, both podium in the sprint. In Event 1, one of them at least will podium here again. Majestic Melons in the top funnel, in the lead, with the Red Lotus right behind. The top funnel marbles looks like they're going to get out in front. Majestic Melons trying to hold on. Lotus teams very close. Yellow Lotus giving the Red Lotus pressure, and they get by. Majestic Melons will win. Yellow Lotus in second. Celestials fall off the course, and the Red Lotus will get the bronze. Despite nearly getting passed by the Celestials couldn't keep it on, so they will get 4th. But the Majestic Melons will win the Quadrilla Race once again here in Season 3. Oh, Celestials, that was quite the fall, but we're hearing they're okay. They're going to get a DNF in the final. Majestic Melons on top, though, once again in the Quadrilla Race. From Season 1 to Season 3, they have won 2 of the 3 Quadrilla Races. Yellow Lotus right behind them, the winner of the Season 1 B Division Quadrilla Race, also on the podium, and the Red Lotus also on the podium, up there in the championship, so going to challenge for one of the top spots. But the Majestic Melons, very well done. Honeydew establishing themselves as perhaps the best Quadrilla Race marble in all of the Quadrilla Marble League. Daisy is up there too with them, and they move up into 6th place. Majestic Melons rise up 10 into 4th. Green Lotus still have the lead by 12 points, but the Red Lotus into 2nd. Valley Dashers drop to 3rd. So the Lotus teams, this is looking very good for them. The 2 Lotus teams under the Green Lotus making gains. Team Atlantic falls to 8th as hosts. But the next event will be the Quadrilla Race for the B Division. Then after that, the Quadrilla Duel. First time in the Team Quadrilla Marble League.